Hello, and welcome to the Socially Speaking with Dominique podcast. How's it going, Mark?
It's going well. It's a nice Saturday in Houston, so we good.
What do you mean nice? Is like the weather's good or
It's not the best weather. It ain't. I like it when it ain't super hot because out here it'll be hot, humid. Feel like you walking through the seventh circle of hell. So right now it's not raining. It's not hot. It's a little windy, but it's cool.
so it's time to be in them streets weather?
I don't know if it's streets weather because streets weather is when it's hot,
Oh, okay.
when you ain't got really nothing on.
Ooh, let's keep our clothes on, please. So it's February the what's today? The 17th. We're in Black History Month. I got my Black Girl Magic shirt on. Shout out to all the wonderful black women out there. I would say shout out to all the black men out there, but I don't know about them sometimes. And I'm going to get into that later in the podcast. But happy Saturday. I hope everything is going well, going great. It's been a few weeks since we last did the podcast. I can't say last time we talked because we've been talking very frequently lately. But it's been a few weeks since we did the podcast, and congratulations on being a superstar. Like when I hear it and I play it back and I just watch it, it's just amazing. Like to see how you say you're nervous to talk, but it comes off just so effortlessly. And thank you for joining me on that. We got some good feedback. I got some DMs. We got some text messages. So that was fun. So I figured, why not bring your ass back? Said I wasn't gonna curse, but bring you back and we just kind of catch up like we did and just have fun. That's what makes this so much like so exciting for me because it's just fun to sit and talk about different things and get your thoughts on something. So, just off the top,
hmm
February, dry January's over. How do you think you did? How's your body feeling? Would you do it again?
I did great. I did the whole month. It felt good to go through the month like that. Would I do it again? I don't know. Like, could I do it again? Yeah, it was easy. But I think drinking again after that, my body, every time I drink, it just feel like I didn't got hit by a car. So I think prolonging, knowing I'm gonna end up drinking again, I don't know how that's working for me.
Wow.
So
So
yeah.
I haven't had a drink since it's been a minute. It's been at least 6 months once I started training for the marathon. And I really have no desire to go back to drinking because it is so fun watching people drink and get drunk and act up. Like, I just came from Vegas, and to
Mm.
see how people look when they're drunk, people were falling down the driveways.
Oh my God, you
They
told
were
me about
game
that.
banging. It was just a lot. And I don't know if that's like the weirdo in me to just watch people get drunk and look at me like, ooh, you look terrible. And then I thought to myself, like, damn, did I look like that when I was drinking?
Probably.
But dry January, I'm happy you went through that. I asked you to give up something for Lent. First thing you told me is you aren't Catholic. So we're not doing Lent. I was gonna do it, but it's like when I do things like that kind of with fasting, I don't want to just jump into it because somebody, asked me about it. I want to
Yeah.
have like a plan for it and get my body and mind right. And when I said I would give up cursing and meat, that was just a spare of the moment thing because I've already went off on a few people since I said I wasn't gonna go off. And then I had some meat. Actually, I had Chick-fil-A the other day, and
Oh.
then I had some Louisiana. So that's technically meat. So I can't say I'm participating in Lent. But I kind of do want to talk about what you have going on that's new. Like every time we talk, you got something else going on. Like slow down, let people catch up to what's going on, cause you got some new stuff popping. What's up?
I do. Some of it though, I don't know, because you know how I am. I'm one of them people. I like to see stuff on paper before I get real excited
You
about
got to have that documentation.
it. Exactly. But I will say, you did manifest some stuff from when we were talking last time. You know, I don't really trust the public because, people, you say the wrong thing and now they emailing your job trying to get you fired because you didn't like what this person had on. So
So
I
we
don't know
had
if
to
I want to be
edit some
specific.
things out. On the last episode, we had to edit some things out. And I misspoke on the last episode anyway.
Yeah,
But that was probably God speaking through that episode to say this is what was going to transpire. So we had to edit some stuff out and it ended up coming true. Sort of.
we're still waiting. Yeah.
We're still waiting for the final step because people were dragging their feet. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, let's.
I feel like if you get an opportunity to be a reference for someone on their career path, their journey, I'm not saying you stop what you're doing, but no one's that busy that they can't respond to a reference request or they can't help somebody on their journey. And for me, I get a lot of requests for people like, can you, give me a reference? Can you do that? And if I'm not busy or boggled down and stuff, I literally stop what I'm doing to get that information out because it prevents somebody from moving forward in that journey. And I
Yep.
just feel like a lot of people, do you think it's jealousy, hate?
And I'll say in my case, I don't think so. What is this bubble?
I don't know.
That was okay, but no,
That
I
was
don't
kind of
think so.
strange, right?
It was. I guess it was a thinking bubble. Um, I don't think so in my case. I truly think it was just procrastination, and you already know these job things already be taking a long time because there's so many people involved to get the process going. So, like you said, if you get the opportunity to do it for somebody, I think the word here, I guess, would be consideration. Like, kind of
Right.
be considerate of you've hired before, you got to know how long it would take. So, if you can do something to expedite the process, then you should do it instead of slowing it down.
Right. And I know because I've hired people, I've fired people, I've interviewed people, and when we're waiting for a reference, like that literally slows down the entire process. And because sometimes start dates coincide with the way the pay
Yep.
period ends and begins, like you can really miss that window, and then you're like 2 or 3 weeks still not starting that position. So I
Yeah.
think it is a sense of consideration, like, hey, I'm doing something new. Can you? And somebody's reference, whether it's a call or whatever, it's 5 to 10 minutes, if that. And some of the reference you do, like, you write some stuff down online. It's click here, click here. Would you hire this person again? What were their responsibilities? And I've even given somebody a reference, and I had only worked with them for a little bit, but the questions that they asked, I was able to answer. So just think when you get in that position and you're able to write a reference letter for somebody or a recommendation letter, whatever the case may be. Remember how somebody did you, and don't do somebody like that. That's
Yep.
all I can say. It's like just get the. I want to say get this done, but get it done. Come on now, like you're not that busy. This person used to work for you. They know the workload. They know a lot. So
A lot.
just get the reference in. But you're starting a new journey. You'll be moving really soon. No, he's not moving back to LA, but he will be moving really soon in Houston, and that's always exciting. Do you like
It
packing?
is.
You like
No,
packing or unpacking?
neither. I hate moving completely, but I will say this time I'm excited. So next time, you pull me on here, I should be in my new spot. That's another one of the things that I'm waiting on, like the final on paper approval for. But hell, there's a 60-day notice in that is, I think, the 19th of March. So even if I didn't get this spot, I got to be out of my current spot. So no matter what, I'll
Freddie,
be
you
in a
got
new
a couch?
spot. So yes, I'm looking right at it, and I'd hate to be laying on it if I don't have to.
No. So
So
that's
yeah,
exciting. So
I'm
new
excited.
opportunities left and right. You're still running, which I'm so proud of you for that. Did you do legs yesterday?
I did.
Are
So I
you
did
doing
legs
run
yesterday.
today?
I'm gonna try to run later on today. That's the plan.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But back to the moving thing. I'm doing something I never did before, and I'm basically trying to decorate before I get in there. So I've been on Pinterest, I've been on Wayfair, Amazon, like looking at right now the living room. So looking at couches, looking at throw pillows, throw blankets, everything. And I came up with a whole scheme that I'm excited to put together and do because what I want to do is buy all the stuff before I move and just bring it with me in a U-Haul so that basically day one, day two, everything is set out.
So you're leaving like the stuff you have currently, you're getting rid of that and you're basically getting new stuff.
Yes, so couches, I'm trying to sell them. If I don't sell them, it is what it is. I'm still buying a new one. Kitchen stuff, I'm probably just go get rid of everything.
You still have that cat? She coming with you?
Yes, Willow goes everywhere
How long you've had Willow?
since the beginning of the pandemic, so 2020.
You know, I've never, everywhere I've moved, I don't think I really decorated. The only time I really decorated or put some thought into it was in Texas. I even painted the walls there when I lived in
Hmm.
Dallas. But I feel like everywhere I go, I never think to like, oh, let me accent that wall or, and then I'll be watching RBF. She be painting and sanding and all kind of stuff. And it'd be like, wow, I wish I had I don't know if it's the time or the energy to just do that because it looks
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah, it
Like you kind of
does.
put your stamp on it. And I just, maybe I'll do that the next time I move. Maybe I'll paint the walls or do something creative because my walls always look like I'm in a mental health institution because they always are white. That's it. I never think to paint or sand.
Hmm.
RBF stuff is black and it looks amazing. And then
It
she just
does.
started another project. Like every time I go on Instagram, she's doing something else.
Yep. See, yeah,
So,
I don't do that kind of stuff as far as like the walls and stuff. As long as I'm, a renter. But once I own, then we can start going into that.
so I wanted to talk because I know you had said that you had a topic about aging, your parents aging.
Hmm.
So I had a thought yesterday and the day before yesterday where when I have a kid and my kid is in high school, I'm going to essentially be in my 50s.
Hmm.
And I'm worried that I won't have the energy or the in your face for them like I am for kids I don't even know. Like I'm at the Sarah basketball game yesterday and I'm, hey, get there, da, da, da.
Yeah.
And I'm just worried that in my 50s, will I still have that? Like, cause I done did it. I done did it with you, cheering you on at your sporting events. My brother, Bam, now Lexi, even little Travis, and like all these different people. And it's like when I have my own kid, will I be too old or too slow to even get up the bleachers to cheer for my babies? And when you talked about like as your parents age, it's like
Hmm.
I'm actually really scared. I thought about that yesterday and I'm like, I'm terrified not being as active and not being as, I don't even know the word, for my kids when they're in junior high and high school because I'm going to be a little bit older. And for a split second, I regretted not having kids already because, like, I'm watching Lexi, she'll be 17 in May, but her mom is in her 40s watching her do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in my 50s watching my kid do that. So I'm a little nervous about that. What are your concerns? Because your parents will be 70 and 60 this year, and
Hmm.
you're in your 30s. If you decide to become a father, like you'll almost be in your 50s when your kid is in high school. So is that like nerve wracking, or is that just a woman thing?
Well, first, let me just clarify. I am currently 29.
Boy, they holding on to the 20s tight.
I have not hit 30. I'm excited to go to my 30s though, because I feel like I'm going to hit the 30s, running. But as far as being a parent, that has not crossed my mind. I'm not opposed to having kids, but I'm not sold on it right now. Like growing up, it was I wanted to be married at 25, all of that foolish. Um,
Right. He said foolish.
and I thought I would have kids by now. I also thought I would be straight, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but I think the older I've gotten, kids just ain't feasible. I'm sorry. Like I be thinking about work. I get off work and then imagine having to cook for somebody or having to give them attention. And then I like to travel. So then I think about I got to put two or three extra people on the flight with me. It's too much to think about. I like having a cat because I can put her little automatic feeders out. She good for 3 or 4 days and I'm good.
Automatic feeders.
So like she could hit the little side of it and the food will come down.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Like, what? Cats
Willow
are really
takes care of herself.
self-sufficient. Willow's a bad kitty, honey. That's a bad cat there. So, how do you feel about your parents getting to a certain age?
That's hard. It's hard because essentially, without trying to be too dark, you kind of start to think about mortality, honestly, because mine are 60 and 70 this year. And I'm like, I feel like both of them have already outlived their parents, which, I love to see. But yeah, I start because I think the older I get, they kind of in my head become my kids. So
Right.
I'm like thinking about them, worried about them, stuff like that. And then of course me not being in LA, that doesn't really help the kind of little nerves and stuff I have. But I try not to think about it in that kind of way, but it is something that kind of runs through my mind because I don't I don't want to imagine a life without them in it. So, or at
Right.
least hear them being physically present. So it's a scary thought. So I'm gonna be out there in a couple weeks because I got to be out there for his 70th. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy though. I'll say that I am happy to see him make it to 70. I'm happy to see her make it to 60. Like those are milestones. So it's a little nerve wracking, but it's exciting at the same time because you know my parents, so they still party like they 30 and 40. So
I'm going to see them today. Just saw them last weekend. But I think I was talking to Kiana and Juanio and Kiana, and I was like, can y'all believe Big Mark is turning 70? I can't believe it because I just feel like he just like, I don't know. You know how you see people, you be like, there's no way that man is. I guess because he's been around us so long that you forget like he is older. Like when he say like 1940 stuff, I'd be like, what? No, like 1950s and 60s, and it's like because I mean our grandmother she was 41, 59. She'd have been 83, and just
mhm.
think like when your dad is 70,
Yeah.
so it's like I guess I don't know. My parents are still in their 50s. They started early with they nasty ass. But but I can see how that can be like really nerve wracking, especially because you don't live here. I can
Yeah.
see if you lived here and you could see them a few times out of the week, experience, the stuff they got going on, it wouldn't feel like kind of odd. But I can see how that can be a little nerve wracking. I think about that with my parents. Like I be like, man, like I never want to think like, what do I do without them? Because I think
Right.
about when my parents lost their mom, they were early 30s. There's no way I would have been able to go through something like that and still be okay like they are. So I can see how that can be nerve wracking. I would just like recommend when you're here, but they're gonna do something and you're gonna have to drive away. It's gonna be something, but I don't know. I just think we celebrate and enjoy because I don't know a lot of people that I've physically seen made it to 70.
Yeah.
So that in itself, like Big Mark is like want to be the oldest person at Terry House.
That is crazy. I didn't even think about that.
That is so exciting, and he don't even look it though.
I know. I'm mad at them though because I really wanted them to have like
A
a
big party,
actual party. Yeah, like
right?
it's no shade to Terry House, but y'all do that every other week or every
Right.
week. So I wanted them to do something a little bigger.
And 70s is a big deal, but
Yeah,
I also think I can kind of understand where he's coming from with his party because it's like I want to be comfortable. If
true.
you rent a venue, you got to get insurance. You can't play certain music. You got to leave at a certain time. They may not have parking. I get like just wanting to just be thankful, turning a certain age and being comfortable. You can do whatever at Terry House. I mean, people had a party at Terry's and he wasn't even in town. So
Right.
you can pretty much do anything you want. So I can kind of understand like taking it easy. But with that, I also understand just cherishing moments versus having big grand events.
Yeah.
Ever since I went through like the depression and the business failing and losing all these different things, I've been able to appreciate just seeing people, just being able to smile and laugh no matter where you're at because it's like everybody don't get those moments. You can have a big grand event and not remember a single thing that went on because it was just like, oh, you were stressed, you had to do this and do that. So I think like now as I get older, I just value moments. I value this being able to sit and talk to you on a Saturday afternoon because everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have parents that they can call and go to when things get a little shaky or family that can help them get to the next level. And I appreciate those moments. Like I don't need grand and fancy anymore. I used to think
Hmm.
that meant something and it doesn't.
Yeah,
Because you
that's
do
true.
like you can do some very manipulative things to get to that point, just so you can have grand and fancy and luxury, and it really really means nothing. So I appreciate the small things in life.
That's the logic I have when it comes to like getting married one day. Like I
Mhm.
don't care to spend $1 million on no wedding because it's really for other people, to be honest. So I would rather put my energy into buying a house. So yeah, I got that mentality when it comes to that.
Or take all the money and put it on red in Vegas, right?
No, absolutely not. I
Talk
always
about risque.
always bet on black.
Oh,
Exactly.
Black History Month. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. But one thing I also wanted to talk about is the other day you had a situation where you wanted to be crazy.
Oh my God, yes.
You wanted to say something. You wanted to, I don't know, do something. But I thought about how when we get pushed into a corner, like our fight, we don't fight. I think it's a South Central LA thing. Like we are ready to fight. And one thing I've learned, and I heard somebody talk about this on another podcast, resisting the urge to punch down. And I remember I told you about that. And punch down, like, I don't know if that's like new terminology people are using, but it actually really means a lot to me because when I think about punching down, I think about not necessarily financial spiritual, and nothing like that. I think about somebody that's not currently thinking the way you're thinking.
Hmm.
And when you adapt to their level of thinking, you're no longer operating within yourself. And I had to tell you, don't punch down because you have a lot going on. And I think I didn't do a good job of not punching down the other day in Vegas.
Hmm.
There's somebody that I do not particularly enjoy. This person, I don't know. This person irritates my core, if that's even possible. I just don't
It's
like
possible.
their energy. I don't like. kind of the way they talk, the way they whatever. And I feel like I had a moment where I could have not said anything and
Mm-hmm.
not punched down, but I'm just tired of that person. You know what I'm saying? So I get how it's so hard not physically punch down,
Right.
but to stoop to someone's level to let them know like, hey, I'm not to be played with. Don't play in my face. And like for you, was that hard to not punch down physically and emotionally?
Well, I don't do the physical. I don't do that anymore. But
Oh,
no.
anymore. He stopped last week.
But no, it was very hard. Only because I typically don't even like consider dabbling in that kind of stuff. Like I'm very, because to me, I feel like when you show certain reactions, it shows you care. And typically, I'm at a point in situations where I don't care anymore. So I feel like me even stooping down is showing something that wouldn't even be genuine, which is that I still have a level of care about whatever situation is. Now, when it comes to deeper kind of connections or romantic connections or things like that, that's when it can get a little more tricky because, the heart and the mind and all of that, we start getting a little start getting a little frazzled. And so in the instance that you're talking about, it was really hard to not punch down. Like when we had that conversation, that literally changed the trajectory of my day because mentally I was coming. And the thing with me, or at least in a lot of situations, I feel like some people, the best analogy I can give is somebody bringing a BB gun and I'm coming fully loaded. And it's just,
AR-15.
yeah, it's not fair. And I'm not even trying to be like funny or threatening. I just know
Right,
that I think everybody on this planet has some form of like a mean streak, or they just have something where you push them, you put them in a corner, they gonna swing.
right,
I will swing, and I felt like I was getting pushed enough to just wail, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm glad we were able to have that conversation because I don't like to play games with people, if I'm just being honest, because it's not a fair game if I'm playing. Because if we want to go low, I'm gonna take it to hell. But I've,
Michelle said when they go low, we go high.
and who is that? Dwayne Wade, the high road is running out of real estate. This shit is packed, it's full. And I was ready to take us down under. And it's just
a
not a fair
sharp
game.
a sharp decline.
A sharp decline. Yeah, I was ready to take it down. But I'm glad I didn't because it's funny because I think we had a conversation recently where I was just talking about how I just be noticing signs and things. Because I think you might have put me onto that book some years ago called When God Winks.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so I've been catching the winks. And so I don't think you doing the right thing necessarily means you're going to get immediate
Right,
gratification or like something's just going to happen. But that day when I was like, okay, we're not going to punch down, we just going to move on with our day, process and move on. The same day I got an email for an interview. And I was
right,
like, okay, that felt good. Like that didn't mean that was like a direct correlation, but it made me feel better about that decision.
right.
So yeah, it was hard. But I fought harder battles.
So, I don't think I would have gave you that advice 2 or 3 years ago when I was like in my funk and because I feel like you give the best advice when you're clear minded, when you're not necessarily going through something. You're able to really just process and say, I don't think you should do that in that situation. But I don't know if I'd have been able to give you that advice. I probably would have told you to, you from South Central, figure it out. Like
Hmm.
so, and that wouldn't have been the best course of action. That's why you have to be very careful when you're going through stuff. Who's your soundboard? Because if you call the wrong person or you text the wrong person and it can go left very, very quickly. So you kind of have to be careful who you call when you are kind of going through some things because The advice is gonna be a little different. I know who not to call. I'm not calling Kiana. Juan, Juanio's fiance, I'm not calling her. When I told her about the Vegas incident, she was like, "Oh, I wish I was there." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "I would have punched down." Like, so I know not to call her because she loves me so much and she wants to protect me, but she doesn't know how to just let things go. Like she rah rah, she with the shits, and
Mm,
you need that sometimes, but not all the time because you be like, nah, I don't want to handle it that way.
yeah,
So punching down is like, if we all can stop punching down, we can probably lift each other up. But
I
I think
agree.
a lot of times people punch down. I think it's insecurities. I think it's manipulation. I think it's people's with their narcissist ways.
Hmm.
So it's kind of hard not to punch down sometimes at people because a lot of people are trying to tear you down. They're trying to make you feel miserable, which it's just so nasty. But
It's very nasty, and I think it's corny. Like if you dated somebody or really close to somebody, friendship, family, whatever, I do think it's real corny to, like, if y'all have any type of falling out, to want to go around slandering somebody's name, because at some point y'all was real close. Like the
right,
stuff that you were saying about them are things that you may have already known, but you still dealt with it until I guess you got fed up. So I
right,
always feel like it's corny to try to go after somebody when things don't end the way you want it to, because I think you can tell a story, you can tell your experience,
right,
but it doesn't have to have. You ain't got to put salt on it. You ain't got to put no spin on it because the truth is the
right,
truth.
right.
So yeah, people will try to take you there.
Right. Oh, and if you're not paying attention, you'll go there. So I am a little disappointed that it wasn't crazy, but I normally don't respond like that anymore. I don't want to say hate, but I really dislike that person. And when I dislike people, I don't like being around them because I
Hmm.
don't trust what they're going to say. I don't trust what they're going to do. That's one of the reasons I don't hang out a lot. I did go to Vegas and I went on a girls trip to Vegas for your sister's birthday. I shouldn't say your sister, my cousin.
Hmm.
Birthday. It was a Landra, please weekend. Carisha got these hoes all messed up. But it was a Landra, please
Oh,
weekend. Yeah.
this
So we
whole
got,
time I never caught the correlation. I'm like, why is it called
yeah.
Landra Please? Okay.
Cause she's I don't know. Her and Carisha are the Aquarius, so but we did the weekend or whatever, and I realized I'm not a girls trip type of person. Let me state that I felt like it was a good trip. Like I felt
Hmm.
like the people that went, they were really nice. Everybody vibed really well. It was good energy. I didn't even some people that went on that trip, I didn't think they were that funny. I didn't think they were that cool until I saw them in a different element and I have a further appreciation for them. But me personally, I'm not a girls trip kind of person. I'm a 2 or 3 type people, type vacation, or me and a bae, or me and family. Like I'm not a girls trip because you have to balance so many personalities and there's not enough restrooms.
Hmm.
There's not enough bathrooms. There's just so much with women, and it's just like, and I'm not saying that I thought the trip was great. I see why that group travels together. I see why when Landra goes on trips, she goes with them because they mesh well together. And I,
Hmm.
from an outsider looking in, even though that's my cousin, I would have never thought she would travel with them because the last time I've been on a trip was Mexico, and that was like 14 years ago almost.
Oh my God,
No, no,
Cabo, right?
11. Sorry, damn,
Okay.
I added some years on that. So it was Cabo, and Cabo experience. The way we did Cabo, I would never do Cabo now. We stayed in a villa somewhere, and we were taking school buses to the mall. We was buying chicle gum, breaking child labor laws, and
Oh
we
my
were doing a
God.
lot, a lot. But I realized like I'm not the girl trip person. I don't want to
Hmm.
hang out with a bunch of women. I don't mesh well with what they're talking about. And it's not to say they're talking about messed up things. I'm on a different vibe, I guess.
So, do you think, because you're not drinking, for the marathon and stuff like that, do you think if you were participating in everything, would that have changed it?
Um, Maybe a little bit, but I participated. I went to everything. I did everything. I just didn't
Hmm.
drink.
Okay.
I just think like I don't need to go out. I don't need to go to clubs, lounges, strip clubs. That's not my bag.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking whoever does that. If you guys have a good time, because I'm telling you, it was a really fun, a really good trip. Like my highlight was just driving them around all weekend because that was my job. Basically, I drove, everywhere we went. I drove everybody around, made sure everybody got in safe, make sure we didn't leave Sheree, because
What?
Sheree is, you can lose Sheree for sure. Make sure
How?
Sheree, well, every time it's Sheree in here in the truck. Cause Sheree be running late and everything, but Sheree is the highlight of the fucking trip. She is hilarious, and I never noticed that. Kaylin is funny, like people that I didn't think I would, have a good time with. I did, but I'm still not a girls trip type of person. And can
Hmm.
you believe that they said that when they first met me, some of the girls, that I was unapproachable and mean?
You, Damo, please.
Who's the rumors, Mark? Like, do that sound like Dominique Carter?
I could see it. You are on the RBF committee.
When I told Landra gonna say, "Why are you acting like you've never heard this before?" Unapproachable and mean. And then I thought about it. I said, "Oh yeah, okay, I can see it." But you know what that was? I used to be very protective and territorial over my family members. Now I don't care about a lot of y'all,
Oh my
so
God.
I don't care who comes around now. But I used to be very protective. With your sister, like I used to be very protective of her. Like I didn't like nobody around her. Tiffany and Carla barely made it,
Oh
but
my God.
they've been around for a long time. But I was very protective of you guys because like you people just pop up around our family and be like, what do you want? Like so
Right.
I had that, and then like my Ye was telling me, she was like, yeah, Domo, like I always thought you were like mean and unapproachable. Huh. I said, wow, like you don't really know how you come off to people. I don't really care because I mean you've been here 20 some years now, Manye. But to hear her say that, I was just like, wow, my intentions wasn't to be mean, or I was just being protective of the people I cared about and the people I loved. And it came off as mean and unapproachable. But like I told them, don't talk to me after this trip.
Oh my God. Why?
For what? Why are we talking? So if I see them today, I'm be like, didn't I tell y'all to stop talking to me last week? But I probably was. I think I've changed a lot being unapproachable and mean. I still don't like people like that, but I'm not as guarded as I used to be. Like, I think when you're like that, you miss out on meeting amazing people. Like, I feel like if I would have been like antisocial on that trip, I wouldn't have realized how cool a lot of those women are. Like, I seen Tiffany in a different light, and I really like Tiffany. Saw Carla in a different light. Saw Landra Friend Crunch, the
Oh,
chocolate
she
girl.
was there?
She was there. Saw
Okay.
her in a different light. Saw Alice's daughter Alicia in a different light. Yeah. So I think I have to be more open to things like that. I don't want to be.
Out the way. I'm like, how did we land there? Because how did that become the moral of the story?
I I guess I'm the kind of person where I want to pop out sometimes and not all the time. Like I
I mean,
want
that's
to
how I
see
am.
you, I want to see you here and there, but I don't want to make it a habit. I want
Yeah.
to go somewhere with you maybe once or twice a year, but don't make it a habit.
Hmm.
And it's not to say I don't like people. I don't like, it's not that at all. I really like me. I really like my own space. And I think I'm waiting for the right man to come into my life to feel some of that. And I don't want to hang out with women.
Yeah, I think you got to take people in doses because you can't. Not everybody's supposed to perform the same function in your life. So that's kind of how I look at it because a lot of my friends, I love all of my friends, but you got certain friends that's a little more high maintenance, some that are low maintenance. So like Malaya, me and her, she lived in my apartment at some point in LA, literally slept in the same bed for like a month. Never got tired of her. Like we could hang out. Like there's just certain people
Right.
that I can tolerate being in my space for a prolonged period of time because of how they are. And there's other friends that you can still love dearly that, you can't do them every day. I need to see you once a month. It's no issue. But oh.
That's what you get, Erica, for pointing out the facial expression I made on the last one. Just kidding.
No, because it would have been funny if you could put a like a flashback to that moment.
I am.
No, because how did she catch that?
First of all, I didn't even realize I did the look until I was like, oh, I did something like that. And
Hmm.
she pointed it out. That wasn't even the start of the clip. That wasn't even the end of the clip. That was like in the middle. And she watched it and then screen recorded it messy and posted the bad parts. But you know how people are. So are you a group traveler? Can you do groups when you
I,
travel?
I was actually about to ask you something along the same lines. I can do groups. The problem with me in groups is I tend to be the person planning the trip. I don't think I've been
Mm-mm.
on a group trip where I didn't plan it. And I already just have anxiety. I think I've worked on like I guess the negative part of anxiety where I'm anxious about like negative things.
Mhm.
Where I'm struggling is anticipation anxiety. So I already have that when I know things are on the horizon. So having to plan something around 5+ people and their schedules and people paying on time, what do you want to do, where you want to stay? That is the part that I hate. Because I'm planning a birthday trip, and I said I was done doing group trips, and here I am again. But it's because I'm 30, so I want to do a nice group trip. As far as the actual trip, I love group trips because I know I don't just invite people for the sake of numbers. I want you to be on the trip. And I feel like you'd be a good fit on the trip. I don't necessarily believe in mixing friend groups. I
Mm.
know there's certain friends I don't care to travel with. So, you know, I think I do a good job putting trips together.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna ask me?
Oh, I was gonna ask you basically what is your like if you were doing a group trip, what's your vacation style or your trip style? Because for me, I like to go out and stuff, but I like it to kind of be well rounded. So I like to do like activities that are not clubbish drinking kind of activities. So I kind of like to balance out the trip.
I would love to go on a trip where we did like activities. Like I don't think I really had like I don't think I've ever been on a trip and we had an itinerary.
Hmm.
Like, okay, we gotta be at breakfast at this time, we gotta be at this place at this, we're doing this and that. I would love to do something like that. I just saw Landra posted this on Instagram, like taking a cousin's trip. The
Hmm.
ones we like. But I think that would be, I honestly think that would be like really fun because I think when we are together, the ones we all like,
Hmm.
when we are together, it is a lot of fun. Imagine going somewhere with Takai.
It's nothing like it.
Let's just throw that out there.
No,
But
because
I'm just
people.
saying, like, I can see, especially like we're all older now.
Hmm.
Like, majority of us are going to be in our 30s and up or whatever. Some of these hoochies are 40, whatever. But I think it'll be really fun if we pick somewhere to go and just lived it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've had a cousin trip outside of Laughlin. And is that really a trip?
No.
But Laughlin used to crack when we all went. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking more so like Miami or something, or oh, you know where I want to go? I want to go to Tennessee.
That is random, but before I even ask why, they do say people go on Miami trips and they come back and it's always somebody that fell out. So I don't know about a Miami trip. I mean, that's actually happened to me too. I'm just saying, it's a superstition.
Well, maybe like New Orleans.
That would actually be dope. But I
Yeah.
need to know why Tennessee.
I want to go to Memphis, really. For
I've been there.
barbecue. Like the food. They say the food's really good.
Hmm.
That's what I hear. I mean, I can go put on some cowboy boots and go do some line dancing. Don't they do that
I
there?
I feel like that's more Nashville because Memphis is
Oh.
more black.
Well, maybe I'll do both. Because, I like my blacks, but Um, the Super Bowl next year is in New Orleans.
Really? I did. That's not what I wanted to hear because I wanted to do Mardi Gras next year, and I feel like that's just going to be a lot in
They
February.
moved it. I think
Oh,
Mardi
to
Gras is
March.
in March now.
Oh, I want to do Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I think it's in March next year. And the Super Bowl is on our grandmother's birthday. Well, Landra's birthday too. So,
Okay.
I don't know. We should go to the Super Bowl next year.
See,
Maybe.
if I picked of the two, I would pick Mardi Gras because I don't watch the
Hmm.
Super Bowl.
And in this halftime show. Yeah. But imagine Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj next year's
Oh,
Super
I'm
Bowl.
in there. Now that's different.
Do you think that they would all perform for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you can get Drake.
Has Drake ever touched the Super Bowl stage? I know Nicki has. I don't know about Wayne. I feel like Wayne would have though, like just featuring.
If it's gonna be in New Orleans, you have to tap somebody, and I don't know any bigger person but Lil Wayne.
I agree.
Maybe
That's
you
true.
can incorporate Boosie in there too, because he's pretty, but he's not global. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a domestic Negro. He's not global. He's not
I'm
global.
I'm not
And
gonna say what I'm thinking.
please don't, because I know where you're about to go. But he's from New Orleans. I'm thinking of like maybe Master P. But
Hmm.
who's gonna come and see them? I think if you get Lil Wayne, all cash money, young money,
Yeah,
whatever. Bring out Tyga, bring out all of them. I think it'll be pretty dope. I think that might be up there with the LA Super Bowl.
yeah. I think that's a perfect concept to do because Wayne could do it by himself, but I do think a Young Money thing would be better because that's what he started. So
Right.
that's his legacy in reality.
I think it would be tough for him to do it by himself because I don't think he has enough mainstream pop type Super Bowl records. You would have to bring in Drake
Let me
and
think.
Nicki for those records, or Blink 182. Like you're gonna have to bring in somebody that has Super Bowl level records.
I'm really sitting here thinking because at off the top of my head, I'm giving him two that are his song because I'm thinking Lollipop. I'm thinking A Millie.
You gotta have a Millie. I would think the Millie
Hmm.
with T Pain, right?
No, A Millie solo.
Which one's with T Pain?
What song you thinking about?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to think, but Wayne, he got good features as well.
He
But
do.
Lollipop is probably his biggest song that's like mainstream. So, yeah, Drake and Nicki
Lollipop.
would fill it out.
Miss Officer.
Yeah,
You could probably do that one, maybe.
yeah,
But you gotta do a Millie,
you got to. Absolutely.
and that's it. See, Usher had about 10.
Yeah. You really got me thinking. I might have to think about that offline because Wayne is big, but I do think a lot of his legacy is Drake and Nicki. Like being able to bring them forward.
I think he's big hip hop.
Yeah,
He's not
true.
big pop. He's not big top 40 like
Yeah.
majority of the people that do the Super Bowl are those acts. like Rihanna did it by herself because she has that level of pop Super Bowl type music.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I think Lil Wayne has some amazing songs, but are they going to translate for the Super Bowl? I think that's kind of where how they pick their people. But Jay Z runs it. Like his company runs the Super Bowl performances. So I think if he makes that call and then Lil Wayne makes that call to Drake and Nicki, I think it gets done. I think
Yeah.
that's what the world needs.
I think that's the only way it's gonna happen. At least for he would have to get the call because I don't think he got the best relationship with Drake or Nicki. I'm talking about Jay Z. So I don't see him calling them. I
No.
don't know. But
No.
excluding New Orleans as like the location, if it was just next year's Super Bowl, who would you ideally just want to see?
On the Super Bowl,
Hmm.
T Pain.
Okay, I would like that.
I think my favorite concert, and this concert was years ago. Drake wasn't even out when this concert occurred.
Hmm.
It was Lil Wayne, Keisha Cole, T Pain, and Gym Class Heroes. When I tell you T Pain gave an amazing concert, like I didn't care to see Lil Wayne them after that. That's when we met Degrassi, that Drake
Yeah,
at that concert. So I think T Pain has enough top 40 hits like by himself. I'm Sprung. He can do
buy you a drink,
Buy You a Drink.
bartender.
I mean, I think you get T Pain.
Yeah, and then he can bring a lot of people out because he's worked with a lot of people.
A lot of people. So
So
I
yeah.
think the next, like, I would, I love Plies, but he would never make it.
Oh, absolutely not.
I love Plies though, but I think T Pain, because I think T Pain he may not dance like that, or Chris Brown. I'm not a fan
That
of
would
Chris
be a good
Brown.
one.
I don't really like Chris Brown's music. I don't know. I
Why do
don't.
you keep saying that?
What?
That's the way you reiterated it 3 times. So you don't like Chris Brown?
Let's be clear, because I want to get canceled.
Oh, Team Breezy about to slide
I
in
don't
there.
have a problem with Chris Brown. I just don't gravitate to his music.
Hmm.
Like if I'm going to gravitate to that kind of music, I'm going to gravitate to, I hate to say it, maybe Trey Songz, maybe Usher, and I'm not even a huge Usher fan, but I don't gravitate to Chris Brown's music. I don't.
Okay.
It's not, I don't really care to see men dancing, and a lot of his music is that. So for me, I'm not let me turn on Chris Brown. I can't even list two or three Chris Brown songs. If
Oh
I hear
wow.
the one song I do really enjoy is the one with Drake. What was that one
Is
called?
that No Guidance?
Yes, I love
Okay.
that song. But I'm not a huge, and I know people love Chris Brown. Will go and see him, but I'm not a huge Chris Brown fan.
Hmm.
I would probably go see hmm probably nobody. I'll go see. I probably would watch a live of R. Kelly in jail performing before I go to a Chris Brown
Oh
concert.
my God.
Oh, that was
Wow.
controversial, wasn't it?
Whoa.
I'm just saying, like, that's just it's. I knew somebody who was. I don't know if this person was their fan or I don't know what he was, but he loved idolized Chris Brown, and I was like, I'm just not gravitating to his music like that. I think it missed me with him. I would go with Omarion maybe over.
Oh, what is he gonna perform at the Super Bowl?
I didn't say the Super Bowl. I said
Oh.
we maybe him and B2K can get back together.
Didn't they
I don't
try
know,
that?
huh?
I feel like they tried that.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work either. Huh? But yeah, so I would pick T Pain. What about
Okay.
you? Besides
Oh,
Nicki Minaj, you can't pick Nicki
oh.
Minaj.
I was
It's
about to
out.
say you know my answer.
It's out.
Um, when you put it like that, hold on, I'm thinking. Who am I a fan of? If it was not Nicki, we already got Beyonce a couple times. I would honestly probably end up picking Chris Brown. I feel like that would
Because
be a
you're
really
gonna
good
get a
show.
performance.
Yeah, that would be a really good show.
Hmm.
Another person I'd like to see, even though that voice crack happened, Alicia Keys, because she got hits to do it too.
I don't even know about the voice. I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen because the NFL fixed it
Oh, they
amazingly.
added it quickly.
I can see that. The only thing is she doesn't perform though. She sits. Just like
That's
I
true.
like her and John Legend are like two people that are amazing, but I don't know if I could get into seeing them because I'm not a piano person. Like if I was an
Hmm.
artistic person like that, then I would get the fascination with seeing them.
See,
But
John Legend don't do it for me, but I love Alicia Keys, so
she looked amazing at the Super Bowl too.
she
Like
did.
that red dress covering the whole field, and then the piano, she looked size the crackling. She did. She did amazing. But the Super Bowl, if I had to rate it 0 out of 10, I would say it was about a seven,
Hmm.
7, 8. I didn't enjoy the roller skating, but I guess that's what he does in his residency.
Yeah, it's Atlanta, so
Yeah, so I didn't. I loved her. I really thought she was playing that piano. I mean that guitar, and she wasn't.
shoot. Oh, wait, what?
No, she's not. I guess based off because I was watching another podcast. You know I love Joe Budden podcast. I love him so much.
Hmm.
But he was saying that artists are not allowed. I don't know if it's a guitar specifically, but they can't play it at a live like Super Bowl or something like that. So she wasn't really playing it. But I said, boy, she had me.
Oh yeah, she was selling it.
She had me. I don't know why he brought her out though. Did she sing at all or no?
I don't think so. I think she just played the guitar. That's why I thought it was real.
No, she didn't. I think he had to do a change too. But yeah, I would say a 7. My favorite halftime performance will probably I love the LA one because it really
Mhm.
represented what LA was. Low riders, khakis, the stuff that they had on. Bruno Mars and Beyonce would probably be up
Yeah,
there. I don't know. I never saw. They says that Prince had the best halftime performance ever. I've never seen it before.
me either.
They said it started raining during his set,
Oh, that's
and it
poetic.
was
Okay.
purple rain. Like,
Yeah.
so they were saying like that was a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to see T Pain though. If T Pain can get on that ticket with Lil Wayne,
Yeah. They was supposed to have an album together.
see what I mean? That
And
would
then
that would.
Wayne went to jail.
Oh, they can't wait to do stuff. So I had so I think I told you when I went to Vegas, I had kind of like bumped into somebody and we were kind of like chatting or whatever, right? So this person tells me they have, I want to say, because I'm very good at remembering details, they had 2 children. It has come to the light that this person has basically a newborn child. Could you trust somebody after that after they lied about having kids or not?
Hold on. Time out. So, question one: is this competition Vegas trip or okay? Question two: when he said 2 children, did this include the newborn, or did the newborn make three?
The newborn made 3.
See, now I'm not a fan of the laws that are in place for women's bodies. However, after a certain amount of months, that's a child. So he had three for months, or at least
My
he could have
thing,
said two and a possible.
my thing
Like
with that is if you're gonna claim 2, why not claim 3? I don't think there's a difference in 2 and 3, honestly.
he probably thought if you knew he was having a baby, it would scare you off.
But the baby is already here. The baby has to be about 4 or 5 months.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I mean, let me to come back to your question. Hell no, I wouldn't trust him.
still got somebody. I still got an ex still saying he only got 3 kids.
How many do we got?
Based off information I found out, 4.
Oh, I don't know why they don't be wanting to just add the last one.
I feel bad for that last one if they know they wasn't being claimed.
Right, carry the one.
I just don't know why men have to lie to me though. Who am I to lie to?
I mean, you're good looking. You
Well,
got
thank you.
you got it going on, so people lie to kick it.
But if I'm gonna accept 2, don't you think 3 is? Not to see if you said 1 and then you had 5, then that's like, hold on. But I just don't understand that, and I literally haven't talked to him since.
See, I'm not defending it, but I can say from a place of understanding, it's probably strictly because of the timing. Like if that child was 1 or 2 years old, I don't think they may have lied about it. But telling somebody I got a 4 or 5 month, I was about to say year old, but you know what I mean. That may make the person be like, oh, you must still be involved with the person you conceived that child with, versus the child is 3, so you don't necessarily think the baby mama in the picture. So, which means she probably is in the picture in some kind of way.
I get it, but let me make the decision. Like I could
Absolutely,
have, like I think the worst thing you can do to somebody is prevent them from choosing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like
Yep.
let me make that decision. And granted, we're not really talking like that, but if I first meet you and you're all about honesty, Kiana was like, I can't even trust his name is what his name is.
Yeah,
Is he
lost
really
me.
black?
Well, I feel like that's a little hard to lie about. But that Rachel lady did it.
So it's just like for me, like with that, I don't know. Like I'm cool on dating because I just feel like people play in your face
Hmm.
and they don't have to. Like you don't have to lie to me. You don't. You can make it as grimy as you can, but let me decide whether I want to participate or not. And I feel like so many men these days are lying just to get you know what. And you don't even have to lie. Like I might be willing to
If you
what
could see Freddie trying to sneak by behind me.
why y'all got no clothes on?
No, he just didn't want to interrupt the video.
Freddie, let me see. You can walk by.
She can't hear you.
Uh,
No, hold on
but
real quick. Because
he probably like
Freddie lives a nice little life. Because he will brew his coffee. He gonna light his little blunt, sit on his balcony with his hammock, and just what a great way to start the day. I don't
Freddie
smoke,
is a
but
vibe.
it's definitely a vibe.
I gotta get me a hammock. But yeah, so like I'm having this weird phase where people are either lying or they're playing in my face. And I just like you don't have to play like I might be into a lot of stuff. This is probably why I've never had a one night stand. Because I just feel like, well, have I? I don't think somebody tapped this on the first time I seen
Oh my god.
it. We're back. We had a little. We're not even going to talk about it, but we're going to go back to why do black men lie
Whoa.
when they're dating?
That got so specific. That don't hit me because I'm not a liar, so I'm not bothered. But
But even though you're in the LGBTQT plus,
close enough.
yeah, I'm sure they lying over there too.
Oh, absolutely. Sexual orientation don't matter. Niggas always gonna nig.
So I just want to understand what would be the benefit of lying when I'm going to figure it out, or you're going to tell me anyway.
So that brings a question. How did you find out?
So, um, I have you have an amazing niece who's a cheerleader, right?
Uh-huh.
The cheerleader goes to school with the children. Stumbled up upon the person holding the baby while picking up his kids from school.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't tell me. all right. Like I said something and then she kind of was like, but I don't know. But last night I was at the basketball game, the high school basketball game, and when I look at the exit, who do I see? Him holding the baby.
You sure it's his?
What black man you know holding a random person's baby? That might be a white people thing. I don't know no black man gonna go hold wonderful kid. Come on here, let me. No, not gonna happen. That's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't like the fact that you could have been honest about that.
Yeah.
I don't think we were going anywhere anyway. It would have probably been somebody I just tapped when I wanted to tap. But now I don't want to tap because you're a liar. And I just feel like as I get older, they don't get smarter. I think the men play more games at a certain, like once they get to a certain age. Like I don't care how old they are. Like I think he's like 40, 41, 42, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why do you have to lie? And I'm finding out the lies very quickly, and which I'm so thankful for. I'm not wasting a lot of time, but why lie to me? You don't have to lie to me.
So, when you discovered this information, did you ever have a conversation about it, or you didn't care to?
What are we going to talk about? Oh, hey, that's your kid? If I was messy or one of them women that cared enough,
Mm.
I would have got out the bleachers and probably walked past. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
that's my level of
hello.
messy.
See, I'm not
I'm
like
like, oh, what
that.
a
I'm
cute
just never going to
baby.
talk
Looks
to you.
just like you.
Right. Nice hair. She mixed. I'm just not going to talk to you like that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? When I found out the initial information, I kind of like was taking a step back anyway, like not participating anyway, because it's like I just feel like you have to be honest. I want somebody, whether we're just friends getting to know each other, I want somebody that's gonna be honest. You can, if you living in a garage, on somebody's couch, you on the bus, that's not going to prevent me from talking to you or getting to know you, because everybody has a different stage in their life. But if you're going to be honest about it, I'm really probably going to be into you. But if you're going to lie, I'm not going to trust you with anything, because if you can lie about something as simple as your children,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many PPP loans he might got.
Oh, no. That's good. That's a
He
good.
lying about that.
That's a good point. Are people going to jail for them?
They might be.
Because I kind of wish I got one. Damn. Tired of living by the book. Okay, so I have a question for you. What
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on spinning the block?
Spinning the block means going back and talking to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried spinning the block. I don't have an issue with it. I think it depends on if both parties have progressed in their life and they're basically doing things differently, because you have to give people a chance to change.
Yeah.
And I feel like time is the only thing that can help someone change if they really want to. So I think you could spin the block if somebody's worth it. And it also depends on how you ended the block.
That's true too.
Like,
Yeah.
if somebody cheated on the block, I don't want to spin it again. I'm making my left and I'm gone.
Yeah.
If somebody was like manipulative to the point where they were stealing money or,
Mm.
lying about their children, like that kind of stuff, then I don't necessarily want to spin a block on
Mm-hmm.
somebody that'll lie about stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes you're in stage 2 and you want someone to be in stage 5 or 6 and they're not there yet. And they need that time to get there. And once they're there, you can probably revisit
The block.
the situation, the block. Just peruse through, see who leaving their lights on, No doors are open. But I think you can spin the block. You have to be very careful with spinning the block because I feel like you can get back into those old habits
Yeah.
of accepting stuff you don't desire, accepting less than because you care about this person or you have history. I told you that history is tough.
Yeah.
Having history with somebody can be good and bad because you can get back into falling for their manipulative ways or how they treat you based off history, or history can be what ties you back together because it's like, oh, we had some really good times and our good times outweighed our bad times. So I currently spin the block with someone? Absolutely not. Because one person I can, because he's pretty much locked down for the next 25 to whatever.
Maybe he'll
Um,
change in
the,
that time.
excuse me?
I said maybe he'll grow and change in that time.
And he'll be perfect for Fred, not me. But the one from Texas, I tried to spin that block, but he lies for no reason. And I can't trust him.
Mhm.
I wish him well though. Out of everybody I've ever dealt with, he's the only one that I really wish the best happens for him. Everybody else, I don't care what happens to them. But no, I wouldn't currently spin the block with someone, but with my people.
Yeah.
But I could see why people would spin the block if somebody has changed, and you can only know if they changed if you spin the block with them.
Hmm.
And you only want to spin a block with someone that you still think about.
True. Yep.
Like I'm not gonna see somebody and be like, "Oh, I remember you from high school. Let's hang out." No, no, I'm not. It's somebody that I think about and be like, "Damn, what if?" I don't have a what if moment with somebody. Now, if you have a what if moment with somebody, I think it's okay to spin a block and try it again with different expectations,
Hmm.
different parameters, different level of understanding of what's going on. I just think you have to be smarter when you spin the block, though.
I
You
agree.
can't be the same person with the same thoughts and the same requirements
Hmm.
because then why spin the block if you're going to do the same thing? So, yeah. What about you? You going to spin the block?
Well, that was a theoretical question. And
Would you spin the block?
I'm not going to say if I would or not with my people, but I will say we have the same
Thought process on
we
it.
have the same
Woo,
mentality.
he got a blush and he want to spin the block, y'all.
We have the same mentality because on one end it does require, like you said, time for people to grow and change, but at the same time I think for yourself as the time goes on you kind of change. You change as well, of course, but you change your expectations, what you're looking for, what you'll accept, what you won't. Because I would say for me, I've learned just over the years things like, when you date, you'd be like, okay, this person taught me I'm never accepting that again. Like you kind of
Right.
get through those kind of things. So what you said to the T is exactly how I feel about spinning the block. But this ain't about me specifically. I was just asking a question.
I don't know. I like to throw it back on people. Um, but I guess spin at the block. That's a good one. Would you spin a block with a job?
Yes, I would. I have only had one job experience that I just absolutely hated. Every other one of them, there were redeemable qualities in them to where I could go back.
I don't know, cause when I leave, I'll be like, I would definitely not spin the block on that job with Rachel.
No, Rachel was she was a trip.
You know how narcissistic you have to be to blame somebody else for you sending a nasty email?
Wasn't that your
How
first
can
day?
you tell me it's because of me you sent the nasty email? No, you sent the nasty email because you're nasty. That's what that is.
Wait,
I can't make you do nothing that you're not already comfortable with doing.
was that on your first day?
I don't know, but oh, that was what I've had, I want to say maybe three different people I've worked with where I absolutely couldn't stand.
Mm.
Like if they were on fire, I would probably go to the store and buy the highest bottle of lighter fluid
Oh my God.
and spray it on them
Mm-hmm.
so I can see them turn to ashes and
Goodness.
then smoke it.
You don't even smoke.
I know. I would that day write me a nice blunt, roll it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like Rachel. It was a African lady that worked at Kaiser,
I remember
and then
that.
it was my first ever safety boss, this Mexican man.
Mm-hmm.
Those are three people where oh yeah, those are three people where I would be like, there's no way in hell. They were like the African lady. I just think she was jealous. That's all that was. You know, it's hard to be around me when you have insecurities because I could just sit there and you're gonna be insecure. Because I'm gonna be funny, I'm gonna be cute when I get there, and I just think like, and I was having this talk with my mom. I hate to say this, but black women, we're the worst to each other. If we go somewhere and if I see another black woman, I'm like, hey girl, they be like, oh. I don't know why we're like that. And I get it from like older black women or whatever. Like they just can't be cool with other black women. Like they feel like, and I'm not trying to say all. Some black women feel like they have to be the finest in the room. They have to be the smallest. They have to have the biggest butt. They have to be the smartest. They have to be number one at something when they're around other women. And for me, I don't compete because I don't care. Like you can be cute. I can say, "Oh, them shoes is fly." Like, "Oh, you cute" or whatever. But we hate each other so much that we won't even speak. Like today, I go to what was it, Food for Less. I'm walking down the aisle. This older black woman, she stops me and she's like, "Hey, I've been watching you walk down this aisle, and I just want to tell you how pretty I think you are, your haircut and everything." While she's talking to me, a black lady walks up to like try to get something, and she's like, "Excuse me, you this lady just told me I was pretty. You're not gonna say it too?"
Oh my God. How'd you expected her to join in? This lady was trying to get her sugar.
We wouldn't even in the sugar aisle. But like it be things like that where they'll see you, they'll look you up and down, they'll do all that, and they won't say, "Hey, you look nice," or "Hello, how are you?" And me, I'm just so bubbly, like, "Hey, girl," and they be looking like, "Do you have that with men?"
Yes. It's a weird thing because obviously with I guess the gay experience, you don't know who is and who isn't, so I don't know why certain men could be looking at me. But I could say
Hmm.
within our community, like you could be at the club and you look to your left, you look at your right, look to your right, and somebody giving you a side eye, and I'm like, I don't even know you. Why are you looking at me like that? But then
And I
again,
don't like you. You're ugly.
exactly. But then I try not to put too much thought into it because I know, like, if you just walk up by me or to me, for the most part, I look standoffish. So I try not to judge by the look because as soon as you have a conversation with me, I'm gonna most likely smile and be pleasant.
Right.
It's just the appearance is just RBF. So I don't know,
Right.
but yeah, the gays they gonna give you a mean mug.
Yeah, I don't know why we do that. I don't get it. Maybe I'm still unapproachable and mean, but I don't know. I wish we were nicer to each other.
I do too. I do too.
Like more compliments, more encouragement, just like more support. But I think when people are unhappy with themselves, it's kind of hard for them to be happy and celebrate someone else. And you can't expect everybody to be like that. But I notice it more with a lot of black women.
Hmm.
So, especially black women that are educated, those are the worst.
Aren't you in that demographic?
I know. That's why I can speak on it. Because sometimes we think our shit don't stink.
Hmm.
We think we're I'm gonna say we because I'm educated, but I don't think like this. But we think we're better. We think we deserve more than the person that's not educated deserve. I think we get caught up in, oh well, I have a degree or I got this good job, so I deserve and I'm better than the next person. And I think once you get caught up in that, it prevents you from really opening yourself up to meet really amazing people and learning something different. So I think it has a lot to do with the fact that somewhere along the lines, people told black women they were less than.
Hmm.
And now they've made it their business to not be seen that way. And it's coming off very, very aggressive. And I don't think it has to be. Because I think black women are women, period. I think we started the gender war thing with me. That's going crazy. And I just think we just have to have more grace for everybody. And we all deserve to be happy. We all deserve the best. We all deserve to be wealthy. We all deserve to have a nice house, nice car, amazing kids, supportive partner. We all deserve that. I don't care if you don't have an education or you do, or you CEO or a janitor. I think we all deserve to live a great life. And a lot of people don't think that way. They think because I make this kind of money, I dress like this, I'm above you and you're useless.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have a lot of friends, and that's why I never wanted a lot of friends because it's those egos you have to deal with, and I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I like it being to myself, me figuring things out and vibing. So
Yeah.
we're the problem, and once we realize that, we'll all be much happier. They're gonna hate me on this one, but I believe it. Like I sit and I see some stuff on Instagram. I see things, and it's just like, wow, you don't have to be like that. Like it's not that serious. Nobody cared that you got designer shoes on. I just bought them same shoes that look the same at Rainbow for $29.99. And you spent 2 grand.
Not a
And
rainbow.
guess who's gonna get look, I had a situation where I don't think I ever told nobody this. I was somewhere and I was having conversations with people and they was like, oh, I love your hair. It's so cute. Like it fits your head. Like it's the perfect look for you. I wish more women would, cut all their hair off and all that. And I was like, oh, well, it works for me. It don't work for everybody else. So this lady was like, yeah, because the bald is not in. What? She's like, yeah, everybody that cut their hair off, they think they're all that, and then they want to put people down who don't have bald heads.
Oh my God. Project in.
Who did that? I did it. I'm like, oh no, I used to wear a wig too. I just ain't wore one in a few years. I'm not. That's not what this conversation was. And who are you? Like, where did you even
Literally,
come
because who
from?
hit your buzzer?
And it's just like I don't know. I'm not like everybody else, so and that's probably half of my issue with people is that they want me to fit into a box that they want me to fit into, and I'm not that box.
Hmm.
Like I don't care to have my body done. I don't care to shake my rump shaker
Oh my God.
at the clubs. Like I don't care to be in people's faces. I don't care about any of that. But so because I don't care, I'm the problem. Like no, I just don't carry myself like that. First of all, I don't know how to dance. And y'all lucky I don't know how to. So for me, like I just do me, and a lot of people don't like that. So I get more hate now that I'm bald than when I had the wig on.
That is interesting.
like they hate it because they man are their man is looking. Like he wants to tell you to cut your hair off. He's just scared. I don't have a problem with men. They're in love with me. but but finding female friends is not gonna happen.
Hmm.
I don't even look for it anymore. I don't even request it. I just don't think it's in the cards for me. So
No, because it's funny. Because what can you really say about a woman with like bald hair that looks good? Because at least with a wig, you could say, "Oh, it's sliding back, it's stiff, it's this or that." But it's like you can't win.
oh, her hairline is no, my hairline is. My brother did an amazing job. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people that are insecure. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of trauma, and they don't know how to channel, I guess, that energy, so they project it onto others. But I don't care how bald I am or how gorgeous you think I am. I still can't get a date.
And why is that?
I still can't get a date. Nobody wants to take me out.
I find that shocking.
I don't. I'm living it. I'm living it. Like I don't know. I think it's a hard place for men because they're gonna box me in very quickly.
Hmm.
And I think men friend zone me very quickly because of how much I know about sports. I'm a homegirl at that point when I can talk sports with you, I can laugh with you. I don't think people see me as a partner because of some maybe I have masculine tendencies. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think so, but I see that happens to me more so than often. But people want to hang out with me. They want to hang out. Hey, let's do this, do that. But when it comes to like being romantic, it's never working unless they just want to sleep with me, which I get that a lot too. I do. I think they can sense that I might need to be tapped. That's why they're like trying to.
Hmm.
But like it's either one or the other. Nobody wants to date and go and be in a relationship. They either want me to be their homegirl or they want to just smash. And I don't know what I'm doing or if I'm doing something wrong. That that's just what I've been living with for the last 2 years.
That is interesting. I would not have guessed that for you.
Now, do I get people that look and talk all the time? But if somebody gonna say, "Hey, I think you're cool," like prime example, I went to Fogo de
Hmm.
Chao, whatever it's called, and I go to the bar to order Ashley a drink or whatever. It was her birthday, so this man keeps looking, he keeps looking. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then he was like, "Oh, you waiting for a drink?" I'm like, "Yeah," like, and my change. Like he hasn't given my change. Like I gave the man a 20. The drink was only like $11. So he's like, "Oh, I really like what I see." I was like, "With what?" And he and he was like, "With you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." So we just started chatting right then and there or whatever. And he was like, "Can I have your number?" And I was like, all right, even though he wasn't really my type. So I gave him my number. And then like I just really saw on my Apple Watch 22222. That's crazy.
Oh, just now. Okay.
Yes, like and then I've ran 22 miles so far this month. That's crazy. But so I give him my number and we're chat like he's texting, I'm texting back, not right away because I'm doing stuff. And then the next day he's like, "Oh, send me some pictures."
You just saw me. What kind of pictures,
Why would
actually?
I send you pictures and you can tell me to meet you somewhere for dinner and you can see me?
Right. What kind of pictures was he asking for?
That's irrelevant. You're not about to put my shit all on Instagram. But like stuff like that. Why would I send you a picture? Like that really makes no sense to me. And it's like if you want to see me, ask me out.
Right.
Why do you need a picture? What is the picture gonna tell you? Because it's not worth 1,000 words. Like so for me, I'm like, I don't get it. So that's what like just men not being upfront about things. So that's my life with dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like I meet people all the time. Hey, like just like the guy in Vegas at the cheer competition. You did all that. You flirted. You got my number. You wanted to see me. Tell me about all these businesses you got. How much money you done spent on your son playing baseball. All this stuff to lie.
Right. Yeah, I don't get that.
Like so, it's a hard place to be in, and I think what's really frustrating is like I think this is the first time in years where I really want to be in a relationship. I would rather be with someone than talk to 10 people.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes it very frustrating at this point because it's like this is like the most ready I've ever felt with wanting to be with someone, and it's just like if this is what's out here, I'm gonna have to freeze some eggs
Oh my God.
because it sucks. It
Hmm.
really do.
Yeah.
So that's like where I'm at with the whole dating and approaching people because I'm a flirt. I realize that.
Yeah, I haven't heard you
I
in action on the phone.
when
We were on the phone the other day. I forgot where you was at. It might have been
oh
about
the
some ice
grocery
cream.
store. Oh, the grocery store. See, and I'm naturally like that. And
Hmm.
people be thinking I like this. And I be like, oh, no, no, not at all. I don't, who are you? But, yeah, so I don't know. You got some suggestions?
um, Not right now because I'm not. What am I? I'm also like you. Like naturally, I'm. Whoa, what just happened?
Oh, shit.
Lost you. Okay, there you go. I'm naturally relationship oriented, so I would prefer to be with one person as opposed to dealing with multiple people. I just like said last time on the podcast, I'm in a space where I just kind of want to not have any obligation or anything to anybody because I'm not even in a place where I necessarily need to like really heal from much from my last situation.
Right.
It's just more so I don't care. Like right now, I don't really want to be considerate of somebody else's time or this or that on that level at this moment. So I'm not looking, and plus, I don't really care to do like apps or anything like that. So when it comes to meeting somebody, I don't even know what to tell you.
And then, like, I've tried the apps before, but it's the same thing you get in person, really.
Hmm.
And they just got a new one where you got to have like a 680 credit score to be on the app.
Oh, that's okay.
So
I
you telling me somebody that has a 650 credit score don't need love?
that is an interesting app. I feel like serial killers would be on that. I don't know why. I just feel it.
Because they all got good credit to buy these weapons.
Yeah, but yeah, I told you, you've been manifesting some stuff. So we gonna see what happens with my love life and all
I'm
that.
I'm gonna just shut up because I've been speaking some stuff and like you're not the only one that told me that. And it was like, remember we were just talking about that, and I was like, oh yeah. But I ain't manifesting nothing for myself.
Well, I don't think you've said anything like hopeful or promising in that realm of your life since you started talking about it. So, what you want? What you looking
Oh,
for?
with the dating?
Hmm.
Okay, so what I'm looking for, I want someone who is potential, as Tamar Braxton says.
Okay.
I want someone who kind of knows who he is. I'm not saying you've gotten to your destination, but someone who knows who they are, knows what they want, knows how to kind of go about doing it. Someone that's trustworthy, someone that has a relationship with God. You don't have to go to church like I do, even though I would love for you to go when I go. You don't have to. But someone that truly believes in that. Someone that's not caught up on what they're saying on Instagram about the man does this and the woman does this, because that's not always going to be beneficial for every relationship.
Hmm.
Someone that's caring, protective, someone that can ease things. And it doesn't even have to really be financially. Just someone like, hey, I know you had like a tough day. I had a tough day too. What can we do to kind of level set both of us?
Right.
Someone that if if things get a little rocky, I know that that person is the person that I can call, person that I can go to, and it'll be like, oh, okay, I got us. We can figure it out. So just a leader. Like I'm tired of being Batman. I'm okay with being Robin. Like, I'm okay with the passenger seat. I'm okay with someone leading the efforts. I just have to make sure that I select the right person to do that. Because you can't be mad at that person when you wanted them to lead and they don't have leadership qualities.
Hmm.
And just because you have a penis, that doesn't mean that you're automatically a leader. So I want someone who can lead themselves. Because if you can lead yourself, I'm just tagging along at at that point. Like
Hmm.
I want a team, like somebody that's a team player too. Like it might be months where I bring home more money. Is that going to intimidate you? Like I hate to say his name, but Bobby used to say that I intimidated him.
Hmm.
I I cannot help the fact that um I'm going to have high aspirations for myself. I can't help that I'm going to strive for the highest level of success, whatever that is to me. But that doesn't mean that you can't like aspire to be great in your own lane.
Right.
I think what happens is people want to be great in everybody else's lane instead of just being great in your own.
Oh, you ate
Like I'm
that.
not asking for somebody to be rich, wealthy, maybe. But I would prefer a man to treat me right and we develop an amazing foundation and create an amazing family
Hmm.
than having a rich man treat me wrong. Like I don't like they I think Division, I used to love their music. I still do. But they're a little toxic now. When they say would you rather cry in a Honda or a foreign, I don't want to cry in neither. I'm still crying. I don't
Right.
care what I'm driving off in. I'm still hurt. Like, what is a car going to do for me? But that's how our world is. It's okay if I have a foreign and I'm crying because I'm in a foreign.
Hmm.
And no, I don't want to be in nothing crying. I want to be happy. So that's kind of my thought. And I feel like any man that I get or obtain or acquire or build with, he's gonna be the shit anyway. Like
Hmm.
there's because I'm gonna rub off on him and he's gonna rub off on me. So I feel like any man I get with and we're serious about each other, we're gonna win no matter what. So when that man pops up, hopefully he pops up,
And there it is. Universe, you hear that?
and then I'm gonna walk outside and be like, oh.
Right.
But I think I'm more open now. Like I've never been the person that wanted to be with somebody for money.
Hmm.
And I think that's probably where I made a few mistakes. I should have went for the bag in my 20s. But I just don't think money makes you happy. I think if anything it covers up what someone may or may not be doing. So for me, like that's never been a priority for me. But I will say that I want to be with a man who is not like financially stressed because I feel like when they're worried about finances, they can't worry about you. We can't go on dates, we can't do this, we can't do that, and that's going to cause friction in our relationship. So I'm not saying you have to be rich, but I at least want you to be financially secure. How about that?
Yeah.
I think that's good enough.
And that's not
Like
asking for too much.
right, and I don't really have a preference. It was funny we were talking in Vegas whether or not we would date like out of our race.
Hmm.
And I probably would, because Wani will still believe I'm going to marry a white man. But I probably would because I feel like love comes in different colors, shapes. So you just never know who's for you.
Yeah.
And you can be like, no, I'm not gonna date outside my race, and then you miss an opportunity to meet an amazing person that God ordained for you, and you missed it, and you give it a black person to treat you bad. So I'm open to whatever the universe or whatever God has for me. but I'm no longer going to settle and pretend like, oh, just to be with somebody is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd rather watch 911 on Hulu
Oh, that's
before
my
I
show.
just. Oh, that Angela Bassett is such an amazing actress. Everything she plays in, she bodies or gets a bad husband. Never fails. But so yeah, that's kind of what like I would love to manifest. And I feel like honestly, my life is about to is about to go up. And I would love to be with someone while it's transcending upward. Cause then it can kind of we can kind of build together, we can do things together and bounce business deals and ideas off of each other. And yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
see what happens.
I see it for you. I see some good things on the horizon for you. I think that this year, I think it's going to be a good year. I think it has the potential to be a good year. I think if we have a smart year, we'll have a good year.
Yeah, we can't get caught up in the you know what, but I think it's gonna be it's my year too. It's 24. I was born on the 24th. It's the Mamba year.
Yep.
You know, I think it's gonna really be a good. It's already started off being a good year, honestly. Like being able to record this podcast, being able to still train for the marathon and do different things. I'd have been to Vegas twice. Shout out to Landra. You know, I don't think I would be able to do some of the stuff I've done so far
Hmm.
without her. So shout out to her. That's the I was talking to my mom about this, and this is probably gonna go sideways, but I was talking to my mom and I was telling her that you can always tell when someone cares about you the way they express their love language to you.
Hmm.
And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm not certain, but I think Landra's love language is to not necessarily provide for the people she care about, but to ensure that the people she care about has everything they need for them to be happy.
Hmm.
And I feel like she does a great job in understanding what someone may need, and she provides that. And I feel like over the last couple of months, she's been providing that for me without even me asking. You know what I'm saying? Like when we went to Lexi competition, she booked my flight. She paid for the room and the rental car and everything. And so like I feel like when people really care about you, they express their love for you through their love language. And you have to be receptive to it and you have to understand like they may not be the person you can call at 2 a.m. to talk to. They may not be that person, but they're going to show you they care about you in their specific love language. And I'm learning that about people around me, like Kiana. I think one of her love languages is probably words of affirmation because she always has something amazing to say. She's very inspiring, and she keeps me going. So I think people are really loving me through their love language, and I love that for me
Hmm.
because I don't think I was receptive to it or understanding of it because it wasn't my love language.
Right.
But I think they're loving me in their own special way, and it's really making all the difference in the way I operate. So
Yeah. And that's an interesting point, too, because the love language people give off doesn't always translate to the love language you want to receive. And I
right,
think it's important to, like, especially if we're talking romantic, of course, you're going to want your partner to give what you want, but it's also important to appreciate what they do give instead of
right,
kind of just dismissing or rejecting it because it isn't your, like, preferred one. So, yeah,
right,
being open is a good thing.
right. And I may love because I think one of my love languages is maybe it's acts of service
Hmm.
because, like I said, being able to be the chauffeur in Vegas, I was fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch them keys. Like I felt like that. I don't know. I would warm the car up and everything. Like I don't know. It kind of opened up. I told you like maybe a little side hustle or something because I just felt like the least I can do is make sure we get home safely and everybody is accounted for. We don't have to worry about nothing else. We can get there. I'm not drinking. I'm paying attention to everything. I even took Alicia to the airport at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think mine is probably act of service, and I don't know. I don't know if it's words of affirmation because I'll be saying some sick stuff.
That's mine.
Maybe yours is
Words of
words of
affirmation.
affirmation.
Hmm.
Oh, that gets you?
Yeah, I love words. I love being told. I'm a Leo. We love like give it all
Oh.
to us.
You fine?
Like, thank you, please. Come
Look at them
on.
eyebrows. Even though I'm gonna forever be responsible for one of
I don't even think they know that on this
them.
podcast.
Hey, so look, you see Mark's eyebrow? Like, what's that? The right side?
Hmm.
My reckless behavior. What was it? The handlebars on the bike?
I
I
think
ran
so.
into you
Yeah.
and just I can't believe that never healed.
Nope.
Woo! How fast was I going?
That's a great
I probably
question.
was like, move, Mark, move, move. Bah.
Witnesses say it could have been intentional.
Lie. Get out the way. Move. Get out the way. We are tied forever. So, if you had to go one place this year, and you could only choose one place for 4 days, where would you go?
Oh, I'm picking my birthday destination.
What?
Aruba.
Aruba.
Hmm.
You didn't tell me you was going to Aruba.
I haven't really told anybody. I'm in the early planning stages.
Why Aruba?
I like islands, so I like those kind of
Uh-huh.
tropical kind of trips. It's beautiful. Um, and when I look for places to travel, I will like kind of Google. I follow a black travel page, so I look for places that are black friendly or like black people have good
Mhm.
experiences there. And then I will kind of add on to that and Google like LGBT to make sure I will be safe there. So that adds a layer as well. But it was beautiful. So
How long is the flight?
for me, it's not long. I think it's less than 5 hours.
But you do need a passport for Aruba, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that is in the early planning stages because it's like 6 months out.
Right. Favorite season?
Fall. Hmm.
Really? The end of the year?
I like the weather. I don't like hot weather, even though I'm a summer baby. I like cool weather, not too cold, and then I love like the colors and the fashion of the fall.
Hmm.
Yeah. What about you?
Interesting.
Both
If I could
questions.
go, if I could go one place this year, it would possibly. I would love to go to Brazil.
Ooh, okay,
I want to do Brazil, and my favorite season would probably be spring.
okay. You're a spring baby. Okay. Wait, but
Exactly.
why Brazil? You want to do the carnival? You going to get a BBL? What's going on?
Not a BBL. I would do the carnival. That looks cool. I don't know. I hear people say Brazil is a vibe.
Hmm.
Like, I guess they had like the World Cup or something there
Oh
a
yeah.
little while ago. So, I would do Brazil. I wanted to do France,
Okay.
Europe, Paris, but so many people say it's so nasty out there.
I've heard that about Paris, and then they got that bed bug situation out there, so they can
Damn.
miss me for a minute. I don't know if it's gone or not, but I need a little bit of recovery time. I need to see abatement and all kinds of things going on.
Right. I would do Italy too, because I love Italian food.
Me too. That's kind of at the top of my list.
I wouldn't do Russia.
You know, Navaka.
No, 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 no. I would still I would do Dubai too.
Same.
Even though people say it's like extremely strict, you can't twerk. I don't know how, so it doesn't bother me. Um, but there's not like one place that I have to get to. Like I used to think like I had to travel.
Mm,
I don't know. I think my passport is expired too. So
you might need to fix that.
So I ain't going nowhere no
Right.
time soon.
But I love traveling.
Um, I do want to go to New Jersey though,
Okay, why? That is so random.
because I told you I'm in love with Joe Budden.
Oh my god.
He's in New Jersey,
I never knew that.
but his girlfriend lives in Houston.
Oh, you need me to take her out?
No, 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 no. She'll definitely take me. But your mom then went to New Jersey for Ricky's birthday, and that's all she keeps talking about. Like New Jersey was just amazing. Like they have a really nice mall. They say it's better than New York.
Okay.
So, because I don't want to do New York, I've never wanted to do New York. So
New York is nice. It's also kind of dirty, but nice.
they can keep them rats that look like
Yeah,
cats.
them rats, they ain't no joke. But yeah, New York, and I would probably say New Orleans, are probably the dirtiest cities I've been to.
Question:
Yes.
get married or get a check for $1 million?
Give me my money. They look, I don't need to be. It can give common law. I don't need to get married. Give me my millie.
So, what? So you take the money over being happy, being married?
You don't have to be married to be happy.
Mark, I'm taking the money.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, you can keep an extra 10 grand to keep weirdos away from you. Always taking the money. Is that bad?
No. I mean, you didn't say be happy. You said be married. So
Be okay.
I,
Well, it's always somebody who has
because
the
I
the
love a
smallest
loophole.
detail.
Because look, I'll take my million. I'll go pull a yandy and go do the ceremony and never file a paperwork.
So she's not married to Mendeezy?
I don't know if they are now, but I know at one point they weren't legally married.
That's so funny. I had another question for you. Um, Dang, what it was. I forgot. What you got for me?
I was just gonna say domestically, the next destination for me that I haven't been to is Chicago.
I've been to Chicago. I like Chicago.
I've heard good things about the food, so I want to go see.
They say the best time because I went around this time, but I had left before.
Hmm.
But the best time is St. Patrick's Day.
It ain't still snowing.
Huh?
It ain't still snowing.
No, because on St. Patrick's Day they turn the river green.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like a big thing where the river is green. Like it's a big deal. St. Patrick's Day in Chicago. It might not be. That's the what? End of March?
Mm, that's today, ain't it? Oh, wait, no, today's February. I mean, 30 days from now. 30 days,
Yeah,
March
St. Patrick.
17th, yes.
I run the marathon on St. Patrick's Day. So,
Did you get your shoes?
I did not. I haven't found my size yet. I need to get them though. I need to plan on my outfit too. I kind of want to do demo colors
Hmm.
for St. Patrick's Day, and I'm a demo, but I kind of got the look. So on the side of my shorts, I'm gonna put Emma 99 and Ada 99. On the back of my shorts, like on my thigh area, underneath my butt, I'm gonna put real LA baby, and then South Central LA on the other side. That's all I have figured out. So I just have shorts right now.
I don't think it ever dawned on me that your parents lost their mamas in the same year.
Months apart.
That is wow.
And my daddy found my mama.
I knew that. That's crazy.
Yeah, cause my mom, grandmama, she passed away in May. My dad's mom passed away in September, September 11th, actually. My dad had to go through all of that by himself.
Yeah, that is a lot in one year.
Just imagine finding your wife's mother dead, and then having to bury your mom less than what 6, 7 months.
Yeah, that's
That's why I say
intense.
like, and his mom was his best friend. Like Ada Potato was his rock.
Hmm.
So and yeah, that was tough. That's why 99 means so much to me. That's why I put it everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna put, you know how they be having the little tags on their shorts back
Hmm.
in the day when they used to run. So it's kind of gonna look like that.
So,
Um,
is there any way, whether it's the day of or I guess leading up to, that people can support?
what do you mean?
Like, I'm not going to be in LA, of course. So, like,
You can probably track my bib number.
okay.
My daddy wants to get a drone and fly it with me the entire time,
Look,
but
I'm over here thinking about Hunger Games. I want a drone and drop you a bottle of water.
I just really want to finish. Like if I do 5 hours, 6 hours, I just want to finish.
Hmm.
And I think I have what it takes to
You
finish.
do.
So I'm like super excited. I'm a little nervous though because I have to run 18 miles tomorrow. But I think I'll be fine. I think all of the training, like even though I'm training, I still feel like I'm not ready. And I think when the day gets here, it's gonna work out. So I just have to keep training, you know.
Hmm.
It's like studying for the SAT. You be missing answers and don't think you're ready, and then you go in there and just kill it. So I'm just happy that I was able to train or whatever. So yeah, that's coming up. That's in what, 29 days.
Hmm.
So the race starts at 7:30. Um, I'm probably gonna finish. Kiana wants to be at the finish line with a sign and some tequila.
Oh, beautiful.
She's funny. I told her to be at like, cause the way it goes, like we're going through Century City, so you'll pass. It'll be like mile 19, 20, all that, and then you'll come back around.
Hmm.
So if you're at mile 19, you see me. If you're at 25 and 26, you see me. So she wants to be right there. So I'm hoping I get some people to come out. I know my daddy did. My daddy said he gonna drop me off. He gonna go get something to eat and all that, and then he'll meet me at the mark or whatever. I'm just looking for. I just have a vision that when I'm running, I see them,
Hmm.
and I just start crying, and everybody just hugs me, high fives me, and then I see my niece, and I run the rest of the way with her with me. So I just have this weird vision. I don't even know if I can do that, but I just have like that
Like,
vision.
whose
So
baby
because
is
I'm
that?
aware, huh?
You're like, whose
Get this
baby is
baby out of
that?
here. No babies. But and then I'm gonna wear my medal like a Cuban link chain.
As you should.
Everywhere you see me, I'm be like, I think being from LA makes it that more special, you know?
Hmm.
Like hearing about it and never knowing anybody to ever do it. Like I just think it's that more special. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's one thing that after March, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing myself.
That's a good
That's
point.
all I've been gearing up for. That's all I've been gearing
You
up
need to
for.
come up with something else.
Right, and the wedding is in April, so do that with them. No, I'm not getting married. My brother is. That's in April, and then I think I'm gonna go to Austin, and then go to Houston in May. Ricky's supposed to have a party in Austin,
Why Austin?
the largest indoor water park in the world.
Oh, I haven't been to Austin yet, so maybe that'll be my reason to go.
Yeah, so but I really have nothing else planned. What do you have planned for the rest of the day?
Um, I don't have nothing planned. I might hop on a game, knowing me, game with my friends, sip a little wine, something like that. Nothing too
Mm,
crazy.
nothing.
Yeah,
Anything?
hmm?
Nothing. I didn't say nothing.
I was just saying, a lot of my energy is just going into my move, so, you know,
Mm.
saving
And
and
that's
all of
for
that.
what? 18th, 18th, 19th,
15. So,
15th.
yeah, I'll be moving in the weekend of your marathon.
Is that that's a one bedroom too?
Yes.
Okay.
One bedroom. I'm closer to the city. Um, it's a little more updated than my current place as far as finishes and stuff like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm trying to go in there basically fully furnished upon moving.
Do you have to buy any of the like appliances and stuff, like refrigerator and
Mm-mm.
all that?
No,
Oh,
everything is
okay.
in there, washer and dryer. I just gotta buy my own, couch, bed, all of that kind of stuff because I'm getting a new bed, so I need to do all of
Okay.
that. I let my friends talk me into making a small Amazon wish list, so they want to buy me some stuff because I didn't want to do it. But
Did you already got the link?
yeah, I just haven't. I'm trying to talk myself into sending it around because I don't know. I guess this feels because when I moved into the apartment I'm in now, I did move by myself, but it did feel like I was starting over a little bit. And then this
Mm.
time it kind of feels like a nice low upgrade. Like, I'm consistent career wise. So I think it's that little bit of pride that, I just kind of want to do it all by myself, knowing I should not
Let
think
these
like
people
that.
buy you a toaster. Like if people want to support you, let them.
I need to.
That may be their love language.
That's true.
Yeah, send it to me too.
Okay. I'll send it.
I see what I can do. I don't like no. Let people love you the way they want to love you and be there for you.
I
Cause
know, I
then
know.
you'll be mad and be like, I just moved and nobody tried to give me anything.
No, because
You know
my
how we are.
my godmom just called me the other day, telling me let me know whatever you need when you move. So
That Alice is a delight.
love her.
She's a delight. Hopefully I see her today.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anything else you want to talk about?
Um, not really, but I do want to say I think you finally did it for yourself, the manifestation. So I'm interested to see how this go because people, all my friends, everybody called me a witch. So you know, I'm
Maybe I
just.
should have told you shit.
It's a good thing. It's because I always see stuff coming.
Oh. I hope so because I have a feeling that I'm gonna meet somebody and only one person is not gonna like the person. That's Kiana. She's just so overprotective. Like we say, Juanio is the brother-in-law
Hmm.
because that's how close we are. She just had surgery too
You did tell me
on
that.
Valentine's Day, and she's a rock star because, like I say, it's been a long road with her women parts. And I'm hoping that they figured it out and she can continue to live her life because that's stressful, like the
Hmm.
stuff women go through. I don't think people, men in particular, I don't think you guys have a clue how hard it is to be a woman with how our body changes, the things we have to adapt to, the bleeding, the cramping, the bloating, I'm learning more about fibroids and endometriosis and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, you're lucky.
I am. I am.
Like, so when they try to take women's rights or control them, they have no idea what the hell they're talking about or doing. It is a lot.
I
It's a
agree.
lot. I'm learning just from being so close with Kiana because a lot of people are not open with what they go through being pregnant and having a baby and just everything that she's talking about and I'm like, wow. Like I had no idea because I don't have kids, so I don't know. And the people I know, they just pop these kids out and drinking the next week, so I don't be knowing.
Have you?
Like postpartum depression and all that,
Yeah.
so I don't be knowing what's going on.
Have you considered having her on here if she's ever open to talk about any of that stuff? Because I feel like that would be a really good episode.
You know what? And I think she would. It's crazy because her and Takai celebrated like 20 years of friendship or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had her on the podcast audio and
Oh.
she sends a message to Takai. I just never released it. I just sent it to Takai like this is what your best friend sent you or made for you. So I think she would do it. The only thing is she's just like Takai. She might be worse.
Maybe.
Mark. When I tell you, I told her about that guy yesterday, and she was like, "I really hope his kid have a blowout all over his
Oh
clothes."
my god.
You know what a blowout is?
I think context clues tell me.
Like the baby's diaper with
Yeah.
poop.
Okay, yes.
Who says that? She will tell somebody, and I'm trying not to curse so much. She will tell somebody to suck the shit out of her ass with a cocktail straw. And you want her on here?
That's the power of editing.
We would have to bleep the whole episode. She's an Aquarius too. I'm telling you, Key is she's something.
Oh, I know.
Very educated, very good girl.
Mm-hmm.
But you talk about slick with the tongue, Mark. I love her though, but I'm telling you, she wants to fight all my battles. When I told her about the thing that happened, she like, cause I would have just been like, "You want to fight?" Or Kiana, you about to be 20 something years old. You can't be fighting no more. But yeah, that might be a good episode. I kind of want to get Crystal on too.
Oh yeah, that'd be good too. You
Because,
got
she's been a therapist for the both of us, I'm assuming.
yes.
And then I can pop in other people too. So I think maybe we should get our next episode
Yeah,
to
that would be
Crystal
nice because then
and
you
talk about therapy.
about to get into Emmy territory. You talking about some stuff.
Who?
I said about to get you a little Emmy.
Ain't gonna be mad. I would like to thank God, my mom, my dad, and Mark, and all the people who supported me, and the people that didn't. Yeah, that'd be good. I told her she was next. Like I would love to get her on here because it's been a lot of times when we've talked about stuff and it'd be like, hey, like I don't rely on her as much,
Mm,
like probably none now. But I remember there was a time when I would call Crystal for everything when it came to like issues I was having with relationships or family issues. So yeah, I would. And then she got the why question therapy. I'm not
right.
gonna say who came up with that name. She still owes me like 7%. But so yeah, I think that'll be good because we talk about therapy and we talk about stuff. So I think that would be good. I'm gonna try to see if I can get her on next episode.
Yeah,
Pop her up right here.
yeah, that'd be
That'd be
nice.
good. So anything else? We all good. I'll see you in a couple of weeks when you come on here.
Should be the 8th, but it's gonna be a
What?
quick trip.
Why you'll be gone on the 10th?
Yep.
I mean, the 8th is what, Friday?
So I'm gonna try to get out there Friday morning.
And leave Sunday.
hmm
Isn't that all your trips are like that?
I usually add an extra day or two. I'll do like a.
You don't need the day. You
I
don't.
don't, cause yeah, I'm saving my time off for my move. So.
Yeah, you don't need the day. Oh, well. Until I actually had something else. No, I don't. I gotta go make this pasta
Oh
salad.
yeah.
You ever made pasta salad before?
No, but I would like to.
I'm trying, like, I normally have a recipe that I use, but I think I'm gonna try olives this time in it. I've never used it before.
Somebody told me pesto is a good addition, and I want to try that because that do
What do you
sound
mean?
good.
There's pesto sauce?
Yeah, and a pasta salad because that sound good.
I love pesto. I never even considered pesto. You know what? I was thinking of if I do pesto, do you think I should add like maybe some cheese? Like some Parmesan cheese?
Maybe have it on the side, like give the option, but I don't know if I'd mix it in.
I'm gonna go get some pesto.
Yeah, let me know how that come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the pesto with the green, yellow, and orange and red bell pepper. I got some onion. I got the olives, and then the pesto. That might come out good. But instead, also the pesto instead of the zesty Italian are both.
That I don't know the answer to. I just know my friend had just said he adds pesto to his, but he didn't say if he swapped.
Huh.
But when I look for a recipe, I
Maybe
go to
I'll do a
TikTok.
little mixture. Maybe I don't have TikTok.
Oh,
Maybe I'll do a little mixture.
yeah, do a little test.
Oh, something else I was gonna tell you. Remember we were talking about our word for the year.
hmm
I got mine.
Okay, hit me with it.
Intentional.
Okay.
I think this year I've been more intentional just with doing the podcast, like starting another company, like being intentional on calling people or talking to people. Like when I met that guy in Vegas, I was very intentional. I had seen him one day, and then the next day I was like, if I see him, I'm going to go up to him, I'm going to talk to him, I'm going to get
Mm-hmm.
his number. And I did that. It was a waste of a number. I still did it. So my word is intentional. I think I have to be intentional with the way I communicate with people, with the way I do things,
Mm-hmm.
with the way I go after things. Because I think sometimes, like, I've been a little passive on certain things because of everything I went through. So I think, like, I'm going to be more intentional this year for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, I like that.
So that's my word. So that's how we're gonna end it. I want to start ending these is because it's called socially speaking. So one thing you're gonna do socially in the next 7 days.
And the next 7 days. That's I said I would start going out more because I'm a homebody. I like gaming and stuff. But I said I would actually start going out.
I almost forgot.
What?
What you do yesterday when you went out?
Oh, I just had a good time. You are not doing this to me.
Oh, that's funny. So you're gonna go out more.
I am.
I am going to be more approachable in social settings.
Okay.
I'm gonna be social today too. This is my first test. Not with that person if they come.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be when I'm in social settings, I'm going to socialize a little bit more, not just with the men, but with the women. I can care less about talking to women. I usually connect more and talk to men more, maybe because I'm flirting. So the next 7 days, I plan to be more social with the run club. I went running on
I
Tuesday with a
saw.
run club,
Yeah.
and they're actually really nice people. So I think I'm gonna be more social with that.
Okay.
Increase my social battery and capacity just a
Yeah.
little bit, not a lot. So yeah, as always, this is great. Like we did 2 hours and 14 minutes, but I gotta edit out yo calling. And
Oh.
why is this nigga calling me?
Irritated.
I gotta edit that out. But I'm gonna work on the edits, and we'll probably I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll send it to you
Okay.
before we do it.
Well,
We don't really have to edit out a lot.
I'm about to say. Plus, I ain't gonna watch it until weeks after it come out.
We'll be on episode 12 by then. What episode is this? This
I
is
think this is 12.
12.
Yeah.
This is 12 with our new iteration of my fly ass face and stuff like that. The black girl match. But yeah, you got anything to say to the people out there?
Um. Happy Black History Month. Have a smart year. And that's it.
Alrighty, I love you. Thank you for participating. Thank you for dealing with my craziness, my conversation. Do you still got that when God winks at you book?
I'm sure I do. I'm like 99% sure it's in one of my moving boxes still.
That's my favorite book. You need to share that with someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for everything. I hope you have fun. Tell Freddie once again, thank you so much. I know we had some technical difficulty. Y'all, we be having technical difficulties in here. Y'all think it's easy? It is not.
Not
And
at
you know
all.
what's crazy? I think you're the host on this episode and I'm the guest.
Oh, wow.
Thank God we wasn't getting paid because I'd be like, hell no, we splitting that. But I hope you have a great Saturday. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I won't be drinking still, so don't even think about it. She having a drink party today. People
Mm-hmm.
bringing their signature drinks, and she doing karaoke, and you can only perform an R. Kelly song.
Oh, Lord. This is.
That's actually not a bad karaoke party because he got a lot of songs.
I like the idea of the theme. Don't care for the artist. So, nice theme, though.
Right. But yeah.
All
See you
righty.
later.
Love
Love
you.
you.